Welcome to another virtual adult improv show with the LA Connection players. I'm Ken Scove, the founder and owner of the LA Connection, and we're celebrating over 47 years doing live comedy out here in Burbank, California. And about 4 years ago, we went online. We have over 400 shows now, both short and long form. And today we're going to be doing a long form game, and I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. But let's introduce the cast, starting with Andrew.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the show.
Brian.
Hey everyone, thanks for being here.
Nick. Lydia, her first show with us.
It is. I'm super excited. Hi, everybody.
James.
What up, Internet?
And Zoe.
Greetings, everybody.
So what we're doing today is a long form piece called Middle School. As you know, middle school is 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Everything changes in people's lives then. They go from boys to young men, girls to young ladies during that period of time. Everybody kind of grows up. They begin to kind of know about their identity more. Their personality begins to shape during those years. And we are the middle school staff, along with also the PTA president, who is part of our game today. So we have different people. Let me introduce who's playing each role. Andrew's going to be playing the English teacher, who's also a nurse, and he also teaches different languages like Spanish. We have Brian, who is the PE teacher and the coach, and he's also the janitor. We have Nick, who's the counselor and dean. And then we have Lydia, who is the art drama teacher, along with she runs the cafeteria. We have James, who is the math and history teacher, who also is the bus driver. And then we have the PTA president, Zoe. Some people call her Zoe. Anyway, so I'm playing the principal, and here we go with our middle school long form. Okay, I've called over all you guys in here today. It's 10 days before school starts. And of course, we're going to have a whole bunch of new 6th graders coming in. Of course, a lot of 7th graders and 8th graders are coming back. We do have a few transfers coming in. So we want to kind of get our classes all in order. I know that's why you came in, to get all your classrooms in order and for us to talk about anything we can do to improve this year. So I'm glad you all did come in here early. Now, as you know, last year we had to give you extra roles. I know you were only the PE teacher and the coach for curricular activities. Brian, we had to have you also become the janitor because the janitor retired and we didn't have a budget with cutbacks to hire someone else. So I know we're giving you a little stipend extra to do that, and I appreciate you doing that as well. And of course, Andrew, we had to train you to be a nurse a couple of years ago because the nurse we had some problems with her, and so we said we'll get some quick training. I know you teach English and Spanish and French and different languages here that the kids want to learn, but we had to also have you step up and be the nurse. So I know last year was your first year doing that. I appreciate that. And of course, we had Nick. Nick, I know that 2 years ago you were just the dean, and we had to send you out to get counseling, to become the counselor. So now you know all about the counseling and all that sort of stuff. I see you brought your cat with you today. Okay, that's fine as long as you keep the cat in your room, because you know I'm allergic to cats, as you know. And then we have Lydia, who I know you were our art and drama teacher, and now of course we had to put you in the cafeteria last year as well. You told me you could cook, and so we gave you that extra job. And James, of course, we had to give you the bus driver job because but we couldn't afford to have the bus driver because a lot of those bus drivers are independent, and we didn't want to have to pay the unified district, so we got our own bus driver here. Thank you for doing it, along with teaching math and history. And Zoe, I know you were the vice president last year of the PTA. I know your son is one of the star basketball players on James' team, and I know you're here to support and help. I just want to go over a few other little things with each one of you. Zoe, I want to let you know that we're really sorry about your husband and you splitting up. I know that has had an impact on your son and you, and I know that sometimes you're kind of looking for that extra attention that hopefully we can give you this year, because I know this just happened over the summer. He left you for a younger woman, and I know that, I just feel I have to let everybody know this, because in case you have any bursts out, or I know that you've had a couple issues with anger last year when Coach Brian didn't put your son in the last 2 minutes of the game because he was in 7th grade, and this year he's going to be the 8th grader, and you got to kind of yelled at him. So, your anger issues, if you could kind of control that. You are the PTA president now. You have to represent all the parents, okay? And I know there's a couple parents you don't get along with. Okay, let's go over to Brian, because Brian, I know that, now you've got Zoe's son, and I think that he's a great basketball player. He's really been trained well. I know that you started working him in towards the second half of the year a lot more. I know you and Zoe have had conversations about that, and you're going to get a chance to talk with her today about her son and all that as well. And Brian, we did get complaints that you have been working some of the kids a little bit too hard, like last year when they lost one of the tournaments. You kept them all over late and said they couldn't eat, and that they had to go and do push-ups and laps and pull-ups for an extra hour because they lost by 1 point. You got to remember, Brian, I know you're a very competitive guy. I know that you were, yourself one very good collegiate player. I know you're pissed off because you didn't get in the pros, so you're taking it out on the kids because of that. So, we all can't be as good as you were. I mean, I played sports too, but, we've got to make it so that the kids get value and morality and integrity from playing sports, not just who wins or loses. Okay, so you're obsessed with winning. So even in your arguments, you want to win all the arguments too. So back off a little. Okay, now Andrew, I know that last year with some of the nursing stuff, some of the stuff you would do is you say, we'll just put a Band-Aid on it. One of the kids broke his leg in Brian's class after one of the things Brian made him do stuff because he made a bad pass in the basketball game, went out of bounds. And so Brian made him work with some weights. One of the weights fell on his leg, he broke it. He said, put a Band-Aid on it. Okay, you can't put Band-Aids on everything. Okay, sometimes they have to have more stuff, okay? And like a magnifying glass, I don't know any doctor that works with magnifying glasses. I mean, you look and say that, oh, that's just a little paper cut. Put a Band-Aid on it. Oh, it looks like your bone's sticking out. Put a Band-Aid on it. No, if that happens, we need to call the ambulance and get somebody to take him, over there, okay? So your subjects in schools, you're doing fine with the English and the language thing. The Spanglish is new this year. I know you want to try and do Spanish, English, and combine the two together. Okay, if you want to try that, I'm okay with that. But some of the kids come into you and they speak Spanish, and when you're as a nurse and you don't understand some of the words, so you might want to pick that up. I know you weren't really our Spanish teacher. We lost a Spanish teacher. I said go learn Spanish too, and French. You're kind of behind on French because of the Olympic thing. Anyway, just try and listen to what the kids need when they come into the nursing office. Okay, Lydia. Okay, Lydia, I know that you always want to wear different wigs and costumes, and everybody, each class comes in, you got a new wig on, you got a mask on. I mean, I know you're trying to set an example, but you don't need to do that in the cafeteria. Okay, we don't need to have the masked lady serving, whatever, I don't know what you call it, lunch special. I tasted the lunch special last year. It tasted like leftovers all put together in a bowl. Like, not very good. So I know that you said you could cook, and I know we've tried some of the meals last year that some of the kids went into Andrew's office with food poisoning. So, you can't, like you wanted to get a cow and serve the milk directly from the udder so the kids could learn how to work with the udder, and then you went into your art class and had people draw cows being milked. I mean, I know you're trying to relate the subjects together, but, and then, what's the deal with, you want to do the Rocky Horror Picture Show? I don't think that's appropriate for these kids. That should be like maybe high school. I don't think we should do Rocky Horror Picture Show. Okay? Yeah. Okay. See, James, the buses. You've been doing the buses, taking them out. We've seen you at the mall with our bus, and we've seen you have other people in the bus who are not part of the school system. I don't know who you're driving around or what you're doing with the bus, but we're going to limit now. When you come in, you have to do a mileage check. You have to go in and do a check card where the mileage is, and then when you can bring the bus back, check it out again. I want to see how many miles are on the bus, and also we're going to limit your gas, so you only can come to school and back to school. And if you have to go to designated houses, we'll have to have you write that list down. I know this is out of your, I just know you can't do this very often because I know that you don't like doing extracurricular stuff and you're only getting paid a few extra bucks for the bus. But, okay, I can't have you doing beer parties on the bus. Somebody said you took the bus to Dodger Stadium. You drove a bunch of your friends to Dodger Stadium with our bus. A yellow bus, okay, and then you charged everybody to help pay for parking, and then you kept the money because you overcharged everybody. No, okay, you can't do trade-offs with people. Get me tickets to the game, I'll get you a bus ride, okay? It's not, yeah, and I don't like rap music on the bus when the kids are being picked up. Rap music's not appropriate. Some of the words in the rap music is not right, so stop playing rap in the bus, okay? Maybe classical music or no music. Okay, I think I've got everybody except for Nick. Nick, I know that you're a dean. You have a background in security. I know you used to be a security guard at a strip club, and you wanted to get out of that deal. And are you awake, Nick? A lot of times you can. Nick's got narcolepsy. I just want everyone to know that he does fall asleep sometimes in the middle of stuff. So please, Nick, if you could just stay awake. Anyway, Nick, I know that you're more of a dean and you're more strict, and I had to throw the counselor thing in on you because the other counselor got a complaint against him and we got sued for some of the counseling advice they gave the kid. So we said, we'll go out and get some counseling with a counselor so you can become a counselor. But your counseling is a little weird, okay? It's like you counsel in catchphrases and slogans, and you repeat yourself a lot. You'll say the same thing to, some kids. Like one kid said, open your mind and you'll free your ass. What the hell does that mean, Nick? Open your mind and we'll free your ass. I mean, that's from an old 70s rock group, okay? Open your mind and free your ass, okay? I don't know where you're getting. That's just one of the things that people were saying. Stuff like, if you look straight ahead, you'll see sideways. What the hell does that mean? I mean, I know peripheral vision, so I don't know where you're getting all this counseling stuff, but I'll talk to you about that separately. Okay, I think I've talked to everybody here, but I'm going to let you say a few things to everybody because I know that you've had to talk to everybody and some of their students, so go ahead and I'm over the floor to you.
Yeah, I just look, guys. I feel like I've had to take on a disproportionate amount of the work that has to be done at this school, and it's look, Andrew. I know you think you've been doing a lot, but the amount of people who have come into my office asking me to reapply their bandages or asking me for some ibuprofen because the nurse wouldn't give it to them, and I can't give it to them. Andrew, I'm giving you as much of a fund as I can, and I don't know where you're spending all that money. That's where I'm concerned with what's going on with you, Andrew. And I know I brought that up to you before. The English department doesn't need money, and the nursing department, you guys are only pushing Band-Aids. So where's that money going? It's not much, but come on.
Yeah.
That's it. Brian, I got some word about fighting. You're hosting a fight club. We gotta talk about this, man. It's like, look, the kids. Okay, I know you used to do that with back in college. It was fun. I went to a couple of them. We know each other for a long time. Don't do it here. Okay. Lydia, great work. I think you're doing awesome. I don't know what the president's on about. I think you're doing great. You know, personally, just looking at everything, eating the food that you're making. Oh my God, it's phenomenal. Um, you know, and James, you scare me consistently. No, consistently, you just scare me. I would love to just have a normal conversation with you, but it might be that you're like 6'9" and a little intimidating, but you scare me. You scare the kids, and I, you know, I'm a little close to wetting myself right now. So I just gotta stop talking to you. I can't make eye contact with you. Zoe, nice to see you. I got you like 34, 40 emails over the last week. I haven't read through them, so we'll talk about them, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'm going to just have Nick stay with me for a few moments, and I'm going to have you guys just go. You can go to your classrooms. I'll be calling you through the loudspeaker what room I want you to meet in, because I want everybody to talk today about how they see this year going and some of the things that maybe happened last year that we can improve upon. Okay. Thank you all for coming in. Okay, Nick. All right. So the 30 or 40 emails.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm beginning to wonder if she likes you now. Maybe she's coming on to you. Did she ever come on to you before she got divorced?
Well, I mean, if it's in any of the emails, like I gotta be honest with you. I have never read any of the emails that she sent me. They've always been a little incoherent, and I just keep lying to her, telling her that I read
I
them.
might need to kind of see some of those, because I want to know if she's talking about her son, who she's obsessed with the PE teacher, making sure that he plays enough.
Yeah, I mean, he is in counseling, so it might be about that. She sends so many emails. It's a lot to follow up with.
So 40 emails in the last week, you said?
Week. Yeah, no, well, in the last week, it averages about 35 to 40 emails every week.
All year long?
All year long. In the summer, sometimes too. The subject lines are like next year's game plan. The ones that I've been getting the last couple of weeks, like next year's game plan. Please help my son. You know.
Okay, so it's more about her son. That's good to know.
Well,
it's not about her.
That's what the subject lines have been. But then I open them, and sometimes it's strange YouTube links. It seems like it might even be like a phishing scam. I'm not sure what her angle is. If she's trying to, if she's trying to hack into the school, get like change her son's any of his, but I just get weird links from her. And that's why I stopped opening. Yeah, I mean, I've never clicked on any. But So
you think if you click on one of the links, she'll have access to your computer?
That's what I'm worried about.
I see.
I don't know what she's capable of. She seems like a smart lady. I think she's well spoken, at least.
Yeah. Now Lydia's food's terrible. Why are you saying it's good? What's going on with you and Lydia? What?
She cries a lot. I didn't want to look. You came on to her pretty hard. I'm surprised that she was able to keep it together. Okay. Yeah. We need to. She's the best cook we got. Okay.
She's the only cook we have.
That's what I mean. You can't afford to spend any more money.
612 kids in this school.
And she's
probably poisoned half of them.
Okay, but look, that's fewer people to feed the next day when they don't come in. Okay.
Yeah, but if they don't come in, we don't get money. That's why our budget keeps getting worse, because Andrew, our kids are getting injured, so they're not coming to school. Lydia's poisoning them. James scares the hell out of the kids when they get on the bus, playing rap music, and then he sings along with the rap sometimes. The guy's, I think James is going to, I think he's, boo. I think James also, I know you used to work at the strip club, but you told me that you've seen James come down to that strip club before you started working here.
Yeah, absolutely. It was before I started working here. I don't go there anymore.
So is that what was starting to scare you? Was he getting in fights and brawls down there? What was happening?
Yes. He was getting in fights and brawls. He was not the guy I was going to see. He wasn't the performer. Mm-hmm. Fights and brawls. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, this has been good. This has been a good talk so far. Now, I understand you're on a dating app now? You've been getting around
I'm
dating?
trying. You know, it's been hard. I've been spending all like 12, 13 hours a day here, so I've been trying to do something to get my life out of the school. You
Well,
know.
you just had the whole summer. I see 12 to 13 hours now that school's back, but this is the first day it's
Well, even
back.
though
So you had 2 months to, so your dating life's terrible, huh?
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. I mean, if you check the security footage, I have been spending not every day, but about 12, 13 hours here. I've rearranged my office a few times. You know, my cats live here, so
Maybe that's it. Maybe you should, let the ladies meet your cat. Women love cats.
yes, but they're so picky. You
Is
know,
it
I
a
don't
male
want my
cat or a female cat?
It's a man.
Oh, there's your problem. That's it. They
Well,
don't like the male cats. No,
I
you
get
gotta.
along.
You want to get women, you got to get a female cat. Okay?
I don't need
No, you're gonna
another
have to get a
cat.
female cat.
Okay. I'll work
Okay.
on getting another cat. We'll put that on the dating apps. Oh God, maybe somebody will like me. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
been so long since I've like
Did you
actually.
wait a minute? Did you just? Are your pants wet?
Okay, look, I
Did
get
you wet
nervous.
yourself? Okay, so this was a problem last year too. I told you you need to get Depends. Okay, you
Look, I'm
can't keep
wearing
wetting
them
yourself. You
in.
can't.
I'm wearing them.
And you went through them. Well, maybe
Yes.
you needed to change them. Because obviously they were wet and they couldn't absorb anything more. Okay,
No,
you
why
can't
would you-
reuse them. Okay, Nick. Okay, people go into your office and you have to blame the smell of urine on your cat. And
Yeah.
I think that's why you have the cat box, so you can blame it. You're the man you got the problem. Okay, listen, work on that. Go change. I need the 4 teachers to go into room 12. Okay, I'm out of here.
Oh, hey.
Another year coming up. Coming up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Coming up fast.
More
Summer
work. More work. Am I right?
flies right by. Amen.
It does. Can I just float something out to you guys that I'm really worried about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Remember Mrs. Fink last year when she jumped
Oh,
off the building?
Mrs. Fink.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I kind of might have been a little to blame with that, maybe.
What do you mean you were to blame? Like, we saw the police report. Threw
Well,
herself
not
off.
right, but it wasn't me. It was the drama teacher.
Which
she
is
goes
which is you.
right, but I like to forage. The drama teacher likes to forage for mushrooms, and I think.
On the roof.
But no, I forage in the woods and then I bring it and put it in the the food. So and
I know what's going on. You're saying you're bipolar? Is it what it's called?
Multiple personality disorder. Criminal minds like stuff.
I don't call it.
Are we just
that, but yeah.
glossing over the fact that she just said she puts mushrooms in the food for kids?
No, but I forage for just eating mushrooms. I didn't realize that I accidentally put in one of the recipes some other ones, some that I didn't know.
Well, I mean that's fine, right? I mean that's not a health problem. You can just put a Band-Aid on,
He's a health professional. He would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't think that
definitely.
that's the reason why she jumped?
No,
I mean,
no.
or fell?
I've been a health professional for 2 years now, so.
Andrew, did you consider putting a Band-Aid on her after she jumped off the roof?
Oh yeah, I did.
I don't think
I
don't think anyone really saw went down on that roof, right?
Yeah, I mean, she just comes into my office.
Nobody was
and asked for a Band-Aid.
Nobody was on that roof, right? Right. That's what the police report said. It's good. Let's keep things that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that's I think that
That's a
is the
good
best
idea.
way to move forward.
Yeah.
Thank you, James. Yeah.
Awesome.
No one was on that roof.
So my problem is, now let me complain for a little bit. They have me teaching Spanish and French this year, as well as English, and doing nursing, and I don't even know what Spanish and French is.
Well, shit, you got your work cut out for you, Duolingo.
Yeah,
Good
that's
thing that there's
I mean, what the hell are they doing? They need actual teachers, right, for these things instead of just piling more and more and more on us,
We
me
just keep-
especially.
yeah.
I mean, I basically run this school.
Okay, well, let's not go that far.
Okay. No, don't go that.
You know how many
you're
people,
just teaching a couple things and putting some
You-
band-aids on kids.
you know how many people I had come into the nurse's office last year asking for band-aids and, other medical things, which we don't have because we don't have the funding. So I had to be like, put a band-aid on it.
Okay, if
So
the
that-
PTA president could please come into my principal's office, the PTA president. Okay. Again, I'm sorry about you and your husband. So I just wanted to make sure that I had to say that to everybody because I know that, you're a little edgy right now because of that. And so let me ask you something, though. Nick said that you send him about 35 to 40 emails a week, and that's been going on for over a year. So, and then there's links to something, but he doesn't click on the link because he doesn't know if that link has got a virus or if it will open up someone to have access to his computer. So why do you email him 35 to 40 times?
Well, the thing with Nick is that he doesn't respond to the email. So I have to just pester him. I mean, it's the typical thing with guys, right? They just don't answer, they don't answer you, they just don't respond to you, they don't give you the time of day. So you just have to keep pestering them and just hope that something sticks.
Okay, well, it seemed to me that about a year ago is when you and your husband were starting to have some problems because we were seeing some of the basketball games. You weren't sitting together, or, he would come in a little bit inebriated, and you guys would kind of go at it a little bit sometimes at halftime and after the game. And that's when the emails started happening more and more to Nick. So are these emails to talk about your bad marriage or to get counseling from him, or are you coming on to him, or are you trying to have access to his computer?
Oh, I mean, it could be a bunch of things, right? I mean, why do we do anything? Why do we wake up when the sun comes up? Why do we go to sleep when the sun goes down? There's so many questions out there for us to answer, and
I don't think
there's
a lot of
of
people are
answers.
thinking about those questions. What we're thinking about specifically is the question I'm asking you. What is in those emails? He can forward them to me and I can find out myself. So I'm asking you
Okay.
first before he forwards the emails, because he will be forwarding those emails to me.
Okay, well, so me and my husband. Okay, well, my husband left me. Okay, it's not really a me and my husband kind of thing. My husband left me for Cassidy, and he responds easily to Cassidy, right? And then I need Nick for something, right? I needed my husband for a lot of things, and now I need Nick for a lot of things because he's the dean and he's the counselor, and I need him for a lot of things. And I need him. And it kind of just the more he doesn't talk to me, the more I just need him. The more he ignores me, the more he treats me like Shaquille did. I need his attention. It's addicting at this point. Maybe.
Well, you're
My
going to get a
therapist-
chance to talk to him sometime today. So maybe you
Okay.
two can talk about what's going on
Okay.
there and kind of solve that problem. Also, you did the same thing last year to Brian, the PE teacher. You were emailing him like 30, 40 emails also. It was also said, headlines, play my son more or else. I mean, now you're
Well-
threatening the coach?
Well, Brian son needs to learn how time management skills for a basketball game. Are you kidding me? My kid only gets to go out there for 2 minutes, and the quarters are 8 minutes long. Are you crazy? Brian plays favorites, and he knows, because I'm the president now. He knows full well that I deserve more time. That my son deserves more time.
Well, listen, the 2 minutes was the first part of the season when he was a 7th grader on the 8th grade team. He was like only other 7th grader on that team. So he played less than the 8th graders, because the 8th graders is their last chance to play. So yes, but he started letting him play more and more. I know he wasn't first string, but now he is first string, and he's the point guard, and he's probably going to be the star. So I think maybe you let Brian work with him more, instead of like you yelling at Brian or emailing him, stuff like that, you know?
Well, as soon as Brian maybe lets my son play for a little bit more, I know they're 8th graders, but they're going to high school. They're going to keep playing. My son needs time. He's the only one that's actually going somewhere. He's going to be in the NBA. He actually needs to play.
Okay, well, I hope you're not putting too much pressure on your son because of what happened with your husband.
He's fine. He'll be fine.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, you'll be able to talk to everybody else throughout the day. Okay, thank you for coming in. I need the dean counselor to go meet with the English language nurse in room 14. I'm gone.
Okay, listen. So here's what we got to do. We got to start selling iPhones. All right, you take kids' iPhones all day. We've got to start selling them, so we can actually have supplies.
Right. Okay. So you're telling me that I need to the children's iPhones, or our cell phones in general, that I confiscate and then have to return at the end of the day, because I legally cannot keep them overnight. If somebody forgets them, that's one thing, but if somebody comes asking, I can't say no. You want me to sell those?
Well, if someone comes asking, you can just say you lost it,
Then do you think the school's not liable to pay for that cell phone afterwards?
Oh, no, the school's not liable. There's absolutely no proof. You can turn off the cameras. No one will see. It'll be fine.
Are you drinking again?
This is like my third one of the day, but
Andrew,
I'm fine.
Andrew, it's barely past noon.
It's
barely past
always
noon.
5 o'clock somewhere. That's what I say.
It's the first day you had to come back in for work. Andrew, what are you doing?
Yeah, and now I'm stuck with, 2 more languages that I have to teach, which I have no idea what they are. Spanish? What is that?
Look, bud, you said you spoke Spanish fluently when you applied for the job 5 years ago.
Well, everyone pads their resume.
Yeah,
you know this.
Now we're actually calling you to do the job that you applied for, or at least one of them. Look, the thing that you aren't qualified for.
I did apply for English teacher. I'm English. I know English. I don't know Spanish. I don't know French. I don't know nursing. I've been a nurse for 2 years. I still don't know nursing. I have to look shit up on Google.
Oh, believe me, I got to do the same thing. You think I'm sitting there behind a computer listening to kids and counseling, telling them what they should be doing? No, I got to look up one-liners from all the training courses that they sent me. They just sent me a bunch of Gary Vaynerchuk videos and told me that that's going to be good. No, look, I'm not teaching these kids a sales course. This isn't life lessons. I'm doing my best too. But Andrew, look, you can't be drinking on our company time. Okay? There's going to be kids. There's going to be kids here. Listen to me. There's going to be kids here in under 2 weeks. Okay? I can't have you drunk. I can't have you just slapping Band-Aids. Andrew, listen to me. What's happening to our money? Where's our money going? Are you spending it on booze? What are you doing?
I'm spending a couple of dollars on Fireball, but that's it. That's it. Just a couple of dollars.
19, Andrew. Fireball?
Okay, if the principal, please, the PE janitor, come into the principal's office, please, Brian. Okay, Brian. Let me ask you something. How many letters last year, emails did you get from Zoe about her son?
Oh God, I don't even know if I can count. And it was only in the last like 2 weeks of school, because that's when I was, that's when her son was playing on the team. It was like ding, 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 just kept going and going and going. Could not get her to stop.
Okay, well, I hope that doesn't hurt her son this year, because he's probably going to be the starting point guard. And
absolutely.
He
Kid's got great potential.
Yeah, he's got really good
great
potential. And I know you had to play the 8th graders more. It was our last year, and so that's kind of the common. He was the only 7th grader on the team. So that's good. What about this, the kid who broke his leg, though? I mentioned that he had to go see Andrew, and Andrew wanted to put a Band-Aid on that deal. So, I mean, I only got glimpses and pieces about that because I know the kid was taken off to the hospital. So what exactly happened there? What kind of discipline were you doing?
We were doing nothing outlandish, okay? Nothing. I don't go. You made me sound like a huge asshole. And let me say, I'm not a huge asshole. I'm only a little asshole. Okay. We're doing some standard weightlifting exercises. Okay. And I got a lot of kids on my team, on my crew. And of course, we walk through safety measures of weightlifting, what you're supposed to do if you can't lift it. You're supposed to have your spot with you. What can I say? I was over helping another group doing their set. I look over, kid doesn't have his spot. I try to run over there, not enough time. Bar goes down, crash goes the leg.
Okay. The kid was like 5'4", and you give him a 200-pound barbell. What was that all about?
Sometimes you got to let the kids push themselves a little bit, figure out their strengths and their weaknesses, obviously, know their own limits. And if it was too much, should have said something.
Okay. The kid was a 6th grader.
Have you seen some of the 6th graders these days? They're getting big.
Yeah.
They're getting big.
Well, there's a couple of them that have beards, which I thought was really weird. I don't know what their parents are feeding them. A lot of
So can you blame me?
foods.
Well, speaking of feeding, you're gonna love hearing about something that Lydia put in her food. Anyway, yeah, I mean, realistically, 220 for a 6th grader isn't all that crazy.
220 for a 6th grader? 5'4"?
Yeah.
The kid was like malnutritioned. I mean, he doesn't get good meals at home, so he's on our program, and so he's only eating Lydia's food, okay? So he comes back after eating Lydia's food, and then you make him do a 200-pound barbell after eating that food. I heard the kid also threw up.
Now I can
too.
understand why that's a problem.
Yeah, you should.
That
You have to know.
That food's not good for my team.
No, so you gotta make sure that most of these kids can get their meals at home and bring them. Don't eat out of the cafeteria. But he's one of the poorer kids, and he has to eat out of the cafeteria. And he doesn't want to eat there, so he's really skinny now, and he's afraid to eat Lydia's food.
Me too.
I mean, some of the stuff like a garbanzo bean burrito. Only garbanzo beans. Okay, I mean, I know garbanzo.
It's not even the right bean to put in a burrito.
No, it's just there. And then she wraps it in like a seaweed and calls it a burrito. I mean, what is happening? And then you get it, and by the time you put it to your mouth, half of them fall out. So now they're all over the floor, and then people are squishing them on the floor.
This is why I get Chipotle every day.
Well, I want to talk to you about that too. You're the janitor, and some of your eating habits are clogging some of the toilets, and you're not fixing them. Like, for example, you came in the other day, and you came into my toilet because yours was broken in the gym, and now the kids have to go into the main toilets because all the gym toilets. So you're not doing your job. You need to clean up, okay?
Get me a plunger and I'll do my job.
We had to cut back on plungers. Okay?
Yeah, I know. So how am I supposed to explain to me? What am I supposed to do? Shove my hand in there?
We have gloves
Oh
now.
my
We have
God.
gloves.
You
You have to
can't do
pump it with your hand. Yeah. Take the toilet seat and do this up and down the toilet seat, and just suck it out. And when they lift the toilet seat quickly. Well, we had some of the toilet. We had some of the toilet seats removed. We couldn't afford those, so people now have to sit above the toilet. We had a lot of cutbacks here, Brian. A lot of cutbacks.
Yeah, I know. Also, can we talk about how in the boys' locker room some of the urinals got taken out, and now there's just a pipe hole in the wall?
Because we wanted to feel listen. If anyone gets sent to prison, that's how it is in prison. So we're trying to educate them on what it's like in prison life, so they know they don't want to go to prison. Because if we can make everything as hard and terrible as possible, then
so we can prepare them for prison, but I can't run a fight club.
Well, you're doing the fight club. You're doing off campus. I know that Nick brought that up. That's the kids want to fight off campus.
A fight club. If we're
I don't care.
For prison, I need a fight club.
Okay, all right. Listen, I think we're done now, Brian. We're gonna have to cut back some other stuff too. Showers. They have only cold water now, and they're limited to 2 minutes each. 2 minutes each. We're gonna have timers on there, and then we're gonna shut the water off every 2 minutes. So they're gonna
now
get in
everyone's gonna start complaining to me about how all the kids stink after basketball.
They have to bring their own towels. We can't apply towels in laundry anymore, so they have to bring their own towels as well. And we're gonna have to sell the kids the uniforms this year. We can't give them the uniforms; they have to buy them. So if a kid doesn't have the money to do that, then we'll have to figure out some way to raise money to get that kid his uniform. All right,
Or if they can't afford their own uniform, we can make them work for it. They can clean the toilets.
Well, I don't know if we'll go that far, Brian. Get all those toilets cleaned up, because some are still messed up from last year. They've been like that for 2 months. So please get on that as quick as possible these next 10 days. Okay, I need the PTA president to go meet with the art drama cafeteria person in their cafeteria.
Hello.
Hi, Lydia. How are you, honey?
So I am so good. I'm a little nervous. I am so intimidated by, I get a little nervous because I think I might have oversold how well I could cook. And so now I'm just not sure what I should do. What do you have any suggestions?
When it comes to overselling, did you embellish on your resume? I mean, we all do it, but how much did you embellish?
Well, I did cook once before, and
That's good.
that
Good start.
went, yeah, and that seemed to go well. I mean, one gentleman got sick, but I don't think that had to do with my food. I think that was a separate thing.
Okay. I hate to ask this. The food poisoning incident. Okay, so I'm going to say this as calmly as I can. My son was affected by the food poisoning incident and had to miss one of his games. And we don't miss games in my household. No. We don't miss practices or games. And because you decided to give them garbanzo beans that had expired, he was stuck shitting his brains out and couldn't play.
I am so sorry about that. I will definitely work on it. I do have a question. Is this because I'm a woman?
Lydia, I am your sister in here. I'm your sister in Christ, okay? And girl power all the way. But when it comes to my son, all bets are off. And when it comes to these kids, I couldn't really care less. You know what? Because I don't want you to feel alienated. How about you give my son a special lunch? You just make him a special just make sure nothing is expired. And you can give the rest of the kids crap. Make sure those other basketball kids, they can get all the expired garbanzo beans they want. Just make sure my son, okay, the most handsome, talented one, you'll know, gets the good stuff, okay?
Yes, I will do that. I have to, just add though that I have no idea who the best looking student is. I don't even, that doesn't even register to me. I am blind in that way. So, but yes, if you could maybe just put like a post-it note on his shoulder. Thank you.
Good idea. Yeah,
Okay, if
that
the
was a
dean
test and
counselor
stuff.
can meet with the math history bus driver, dean counselor, math history bus driver, room 9.
This here is all about my wife, my kids, the life that I lived. Through the night, I was his. It was right what I did. My ups, my downs, my slips, and my falls, my trials, my tribulation, my heart, my balls, my mother, my father. I love him. I hate him. I wish God I didn't have him, but I'm glad that he made him. The roaches, the rats, the strays, the cats, the guns, knives, and bats every time we scrap. Yeah, son. That's what it's all about. So,
That was wow.
thought I'd start off with a few
That
words
That was
to
great.
describe
Thank you
a lot of the
for,
hard feelings, that have been going on since I've had to pick up a few new responsibilities. Let's call them what it is. Have you tried this garbanzo bean jerky that Lydia whipped up? It's quite catchy.
well, hey, I'm glad you like it. It's good.
Yeah.
I've tried it. It's I've got a big ol' Ziploc bag full of it in my office. I give it to the kids. When they leave, I say, "Hey, have some protein." Counselings.
Yeah, you should give them to me. Drop them off at my office. If you get any extras.
The jerky. Yeah, not the kid. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I'll drop some jerky off by your office.
Good.
Absolutely.
I like jerky.
Maybe when you're not there, just slide it through the mail slot. I'll
fun.
drop it in your cubby. James, we need to address some complaints. Okay. It was brought to my attention. Look, I know. I know.
No, go ahead. I'm listening.
It was brought to my attention that when you get into you've gotten into some verbal altercations with some of the parents, specifically along one block. They all wanted to talk to you about how you drive a little recklessly on their block, and then that same night around 2:30.
Is this the Hollistons? Because they got that house on the corner, so sometimes I come in a little sharp.
They did ask me not to tell, to explicitly say who it was, but around 2:33 in the morning, they reported a school bus driving very quickly and blaring on the horn, up and down.
A lot of school buses at that time. I'm not sure if they did they get a plate number?
No, James, they did not get a plate number.
Oh, that's the hard part. You don't know if it was somebody from, Valley or Hillsdale. There are other schools, other school buses.
But the thing about our particular school bus is it's got that very long side swipe right through our school name, from when you hit the K rail after falling asleep at the wheel. Luckily, after work hours, around 10:30 at night, a time that you really shouldn't have been driving the school bus anyway.
Narcolepsy. Okay, I've recovered from that fully. All right, I think we can let the past die.
I don't think you recover from.
I think that we can let the past on that die.
James, okay. I think it would be easier if you just admitted to maybe doing this. It's possible that we could get a different bus driver if you don't want to do it.
I stepped up to the plate, didn't I?
You did, and maybe you shouldn't have, James. You're very big and intimidating, and I'm not trying to start something here. Look, I know, but God, it's just, look, you're not good at it. You're not good at it, James. You got to look in the
Yeah,
mirror at some point and say, look, I'm not a bus driver. You're not a bus driver, James.
You're going to try and tell me what I can and can't do for this school?
Oh,
I volunteered.
God, man. God, just come on. Why are you making this so difficult?
Look. I actually thought that this was going to suck. I actually like the bus, okay? The bus is easier than math class, all right? I like where things are going here. We got a good thing going here, right? You and me?
Don't.
Yes, we do. And, you know, you help me with my problem, maybe I can help you with yours.
Okay, if the dean, counselor, I need the principal. Come into the principal's office, the English language nurse. Okay. All right, Andrew. All right, there we go. All right, Andrew, I saw you wanted to order some more Band-Aids of various sizes.
Yeah. We're running out of the 2XL and also the 1XL.
Andrew, have you seen my phone? When we had the meeting together, we were all together. I left my phone on the table behind me here, and you guys all came in, and
I haven't seen your phone. I saw a phone. It's it's a phone that was in the office. It was not your phone. Not your phone.
All right. Well, I might stop by your office. I'm gonna have to look around the school. I got to find my phone. It's I tried to ping it. It sounded like it was coming from the nurse's office because I have a thing saying where's my phone. I pinged it, and it gave me your location.
That's a white noise. That's a white noise machine that you heard. I like the sound of pinging phones. It relaxes me.
Okay. We talked about your drinking. Okay. So last year when I said
this is just a screwdriver. It's fine.
Well, it's really not. Okay. So last year, you ordered, I need some rubbing alcohol, but you left off the rubbing and just ordered the alcohol. And you ordered a case of Glenfiddich scotch, and then you tried to, and then when the kids come in, you use that to wipe on their wounds, and then put a Band-Aid on them, because you were supposed to get rubbing alcohol, but you're actually rubbing real alcohol on the wounds, and then swinging it while you do it.
Well, see, what that is real alcohol, and people like the smell. Most people hate the smell of isopropyl alcohol. So, I just get things like Jim Beam and, Svedka and all those other things. Just put that on the wound.
Somebody said you sold some bottles to one of the 8th graders. Did you sell a bottle of Svedka to an 8th grader last year? Because there's a rumor going around that you have some sort of covert way to make money.
So, yes, he was an 8th grader. However, he had been held back quite a few years.
So he's 16 instead of 14. So 16 is not the drinking age here in California, Andrew.
No. 16, let me tell you, 16 is the drinking age in Texas. And let me tell you something about Texas. They know how to get shit done.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that, because let's talk about getting shit done. Okay? You're not teaching Spanish last year. You had some of the Spanish kids come in as interns, and then they taught the Spanish. I found that out.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what do you expect? What do you expect from someone that doesn't know all of the Spanish words?
Right. And then you're watching the Olympics for the summer and say, I can expand it to French. We're watching it here. They're not speaking French here. It's all in English. We're not hearing all the French. I don't know what you're doing. You think by watching the Olympics in France, you're going to learn French?
Yeah, definitely. That's how it works. You watch other people do, and then you do.
I see. So when we sent you to that the nursing school, okay, and you watched what they did, I don't see them saying put a Band-Aid on everything that comes in and then have real alcohol. I don't. I've been in hospitals. I don't remember seeing that in a real hospital.
No. So real alcohol, vodka, screwdrivers. It's so much cheaper. So much cheaper. You would not
than rubbing
believe how
alcohol.
much cheaper.
Rubbing alcohol is
Yeah.
a lot cheaper. Much cheaper.
No, it's not. That's fake news. That's fake news. I don't know where you go to the grocery store up in your little high and mighty Kent land, but no, absolutely not. Real alcohol is much cheaper than rubbing alcohol.
Okay. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to stop by your office a little bit later to see if my phone's there, and I'm going to maybe look in your cabinet to find out how many bottles of alcohol you have that you ordered last year, because you went over budget last year, and I had to take some money from PE. We had to.
Yeah. Well, what's PE really doing? Sending kids to the nurse's office? Jesus.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, Andrew. Maybe cut back on the drinking a little bit. I need the PTA president to go meet with the PE janitor and the math history bus driver in room 5.
Hello?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't my son get more time? I'm sorry, but why
Oh my
doesn't
God. How,
Like-
We're gonna go
do you
there.
read my emails?
We're gonna
Zoe.
go there.
Zoe, how many times do I have to explain this to you? Okay. Last year, your son was on the 8th grade team. And he was in what grade last year? Remind me.
8th grade.
Come on. Last
Seventh.
year your son was in?
7th.
Is that, yeah, 7th grade. That's what I thought. Right. So there's great potential in your son. Now he's an 8th grader. He's going to be the starting point guard every single game, because that's how it works.
You better be. And I will be at every single game to make sure of that. I hope you know.
Oh God. Yeah, that's the first thing I wanted was that. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, I don't know what else you want from me. Okay, I'm glad your emails moved on to someone else, hopefully.
I'll tell you
What?
something about once. It was last year that Brian was getting all the emails, and this summer you were emailing Nick.
How do you know that?
Oh.
We do not know that that's just a rumor.
Yeah, well,
My
I
bad.
kind of got a couple questions about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm in this one for the ride.
Okay, all right. Well, this isn't like a therapy session here. I need to talk to you guys about the complaints I'm getting, and I just need to maybe kind of warn everybody that there might be some more food poisoning cases within the school. So
Oh,
just
trust
be
me, I know.
prepared.
James and I are very well aware of that food situation.
I mean, I don't think we actually have that much to worry about. Have you tried the garbanzo bean jerky? I mean, it's up there. It's pretty
He's
good.
making jerky out of beans.
Oh yeah,
That is
yeah.
inhuman.
She's a freaking food wizard.
And you like that? You eat that bean jerky? That
Eating it
fake
all
ass
day.
shit? Dude, come on.
I'm telling you, it
No.
toughens your insides. It's got to be good
Toughens
for you.
your inside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
totally.
Okay.
You know what toughens your insides is my Fight Club.
Oh, that is something that we need to talk about.
It is.
We can make
It
a lot of
has-
money off of that.
it has
That's
to
what
end.
I'm saying. That's what
It
I'm
has
saying.
to end. I am getting an earful from parents with kids who are getting black eyes and are
Boo-hoo.
just they're concussed. You're sending home concussed kids.
They're
Or maybe-
they're wearing protection on their hands. If they don't want to get concussions, don't get hit in the head. Dodge.
Okay, if the dean counselor can go meet with the art drama cafeteria, Lydia, in the cafeteria.
Very nice. Is that how you want to be on the first day of class?
No, I actually needed to
Okay.
talk to Kent about something. I don't know if this is going to be allowed. Can I float something to you? The those
God.
the first day of school, I have an audition, so I'm not going to be able to, be there.
Oh. Oh God, that's much better than anything I thought you were gonna say. You
Oh,
can't be here. That's fine.
oh, good.
That
Oh, good.
we're really
Good.
short-staffed, but it's just syllabus day. You have a syllabus, right? Oh God, please, you have one written. You don't just wing that, right?
No, I do.
Lydia,
Mm,
Lydia, we
mm.
talked about this. You got to have something written down. And then wait a minute, wait. No, wait. Actually, no. This might be a bigger problem than you're cooking.
Oh,
Can you? How will we? Okay, you're supposed to give us 2 weeks notice at least. It's 10 days. Okay, look, it's fine. It's fine. We're not mad. We're not. It's okay. We can. Can you cook everything maybe the day before? Just
oh.
heat it up.
Sure. You know what? I have been doing this great beef, or not beef jerky, garbanzo jerky. Have you tried some?
Yeah, I've tried it. I've tried it. Yep. I've got a bag of it. And James loves it. James
Yeah.
absolutely
Do
loves it.
you love it?
Maybe we'll get him to cook on the first day. Maybe it would be something that he could do.
Well,
Since
I
you're not
could
going to
tell
be
him how
there.
to do it. It's very easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be a great idea. If we could get him to cook, because then we could get anybody else to maybe pick up the kids. That would be great. You know.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I just okay.
So you
So
get
garbanzo jerky.
okay.
And then maybe if just someone could maybe like put on a movie for the kids.
That's one.
I was thinking it would be great if they could see something with Humphrey Bogart in it.
No,
Um,
Lydia, we need your syllabus. We need the syllabus on that day. You've got a few days to write one. I need a syllabus so that we can tell the kids what they need to. I can't just play them a movie on the first day. Okay.
okay.
Okay, if the math history bus driver can come into the principal's office, please.
You have the report right there on your desk, right? My ancestry report, okay? And it does say 0.062% African. So therefore, none of the kids on the bus should be complaining that I screamed the N-word while listening to DMX lyrics.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
There shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. Should I just call you Elizabeth Warren? Because I don't think that qualifies for enough. They see what
funny,
they see
very
you
funny.
as a
I take this
white
very seriously.
man.
I'm breaking down cultural barriers here, okay? What you're trying to do is put them back in place because you're the man. You're the establishment.
I see. I wanted to ask you something because it was brought back up when she brought up Mrs. Finkley, who fell off the roof.
Tragic.
And
Absolutely
it was tragic. And I know that she ate some magic mushrooms at Lydia, and after a PTA meeting, apparently went up there. I have knowledge that you were hitting on Mrs. Finkley, and because she was married, she rejected you. And this happened more than one time because her kid came into the dean, Counselor Nick, and complained about it. And I said, okay, well, let's just see if it's going to happen again. Then all of a sudden, at the end of the school year, she falls off the building, and I thought it was an accident because of the mushrooms. But apparently, they did some DNA up there on the building because I asked them, if there's anybody, and they had your fingerprints near the scene. So, being the fact that Mrs. Finkley rejected you and she was married and you came on to her more than once,
Think
according
that
to
I
her
had something
son.
to do with it? Really? I got some business that I got to go do up there on the roof.
I did look at your ancestry also, and not only just your ancestry about the black thing, but a background check on you.
0.062%. It's real.
Okay.
I'm saying.
You used to be in a gang.
I think that's where the hell are you pulling that from? What you got?
Well, Nick said you went down to the
Witnesses?
strip club a lot, and before we hired you here, and you neglected to say that you were in a
Rochtown. Yeah, I know the place. I know the joint.
yeah.
Old stomping grounds. Good. Lot of good folk.
Right, and in the
Lot
back
of
room,
good,
that's where the gang met.
lot of
Your
good
gang.
God-fearing folk. And if you know
Your
what's good for you,
okay.
you won't ask about that bathroom. I'm just saying, you don't like cats.
Okay, so now you're threatening the principal.
No. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of cool cats in that bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
All I can
So,
say is
I
thank
wouldn't-
God when the woman fell off, she landed on the lawn, so we only had some cuts and bruises, and we are in a lawsuit about that. So
Wait, she's alive?
Yeah, she's alive. Her kid was 8th grade. It was towards the end of the year, right around the graduation. It was one of the last PTA meetings, and yeah, she's alive. The police just said that they thought that she may not go through it, but she came out of the coma, and yeah, she came out of the coma about four days ago. So they reopened the case. So I just want to let you know, just be aware of that. That she's starting to get her memory back, and I just thought maybe you might want to know that because they're
I'd like to pay her a visit.
no.
If you don't mind, I could take the bus.
She's in a witness protection program right now, and we won't be taking the bus. We don't have enough gas for the bus.
I think we have enough gas for the bus. I'd like to, do this on the behalf of all the teachers. Let her know that she's a valued member of our community.
You know what we've had to do is we had to actually ask if we get seat belts for the bus because this rap music and then people are getting up dancing and doing rap and they're being thrown all around the bus because
It's an expression.
Okay.
They're grown kids. They got the right to express themselves through dance, and that's how they let me know that we're connected.
Yeah. Okay, what we're going to do, you are going to be investigated for taking people to Dodger games with the bus. Apparently, you've rented out the bus for parties. Apparently,
That's just good business practice.
yeah. There's also been some burglaries in the neighborhood, and they saw the bus was the driver. And this goes back to your gang, which we talked about, because you've only been working here for 3 years. And
What can I say? I mean,
okay.
I've had a calling for working with kids.
Excuse me, my secretary just handed me something. Let's see what this is.
God, what is this
Oh,
now?
yeah. She said that you've been writing off field trips too. In other words, you're saying that you're getting money from us for field trips, but then you're taking your friends or your gang people out to do stuff with the buses.
It's one hand washes the other here. Okay, can I see that piece of paper? Can I have that?
No. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. What we're going to do is, why don't you go out and wash the bus right now and clean it out?
Why don't you get the janitor to do that?
He doesn't wash buses. It's your bus for now. Thank you, James. We'll be talking to you again. Okay.
All right. Well, you stay cool.
Thank
Cat.
you, James. Okay, the PTA president, please go see the English language nurse.
Oh, God.
Hi, Andrew.
You have no idea how many people I've talked to today. No idea.
What? What's happening, bud?
Yeah, it's just all of this language that I have to learn. I mean, I don't know Spanish. I don't know French. And I've got to figure out a way to get someone to teach me in the next 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, how about this? I'll make you a deal. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I can smell the alcohol on your breath. It's okay,
No,
though. It's okay. I have an idea. This is what we're gonna do.
It's just a screwdriver.
Okay. It's 3 p.m. So what's
It's
gonna
5
happen
o'clock somewhere.
is, alrighty. So I'll get someone. I'll have one of the parents tutor you with Spanish for the next, before school
Oh,
starts.
Yeah, that would be
But
brilliant.
on one condition. I need you to start giving the basketball team any kind of pills you got, any of the booze that you have. I need you to start slipping it into their things, into their mouths.
Now you're speaking my language. You see these? These are miracle pills.
What a miracle.
They get rid of all pain.
Okay,
All the time.
Yeah, if a kid comes in wanting Tylenol or ibuprofen, or they just want to have some fun, give them those. But I need you to give them to the basketball team. Can you promise me that?
100%.
Okay,
100%.
then I am going.
I love giving away pills. I love giving away Band-Aids. Those are my 2 top favorite things.
Then I am going to have Mr. Pascal give you a call tonight.
Oh God, more people.
He's gonna tutor you. He'll tutor you on Spanish. Everything will be fine. We have.
All right.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Okay, if the dean counselor can go meet with the PE janitor in the gym.
Nikki.
Oh, Brian. Oh, God.
What?
It's rough. I mean, you work here too.
Look, man, I'm doing the best with what I got. Okay, Kent's telling me there's no room in the budget for fucking mops and brooms, so I'm having to be here on my hands and knees with a washcloth from last year trying to get this place nice. I'm running out of ideas.
I respect everything that you're doing as a janitor. We really don't have all the supplies that we need, and I think that you're doing great despite that. And what are you doing as a PE teacher, man? Like, you used to be good at it. You used to actually be teaching sports. Now you're hurting kids.
Nick, have you seen these kids these days? They are all scrawny and they all get hurt with the smallest little thing, and there is nothing in them. Last year I tried to play dodgeball. We don't even have the real dodgeballs anymore. Remember, we used to have the real ones, the big ones.
Oh, yeah.
And now we just have these little soft squishy ones. These are 6th graders throwing dodgeballs at each other. They get hit in the shoulder, they throw their self on the ground and cry and scream and have a hissy fit. Brian, if I can't play dodgeball with some of these kids, what am I supposed to do? I'm out here. I got to toughen them up. Is what I got to do.
Brian, ever since I became the counselor, though, here's the thing. They're not crying because they got hit by the ball. They're crying because you started yelling at them. Brian, you started calling them an idiot for getting hit by the ball. Because they couldn't dodge the dodgeball. It's the whole name of the game. Like, I get it.
Yeah. If they're not going to play the game how they're supposed to, what am I supposed to do?
Not yell at the kids. I feel like that's kind of a baseline of where we should be. We're teaching children here. And you...
Did you not get yelled at by your PE teacher when you were in school? Because I remember getting yelled at by a PE teacher once or twice.
Okay, yeah, we did get yelled at by our PE teacher, Brian, but that doesn't mean you got to go yell at the kids too. Did you like it? Did you like it when Mr. Humphreys was yelling at us?
No, but Mr. Humphreys was fat and overweight. And
what's what he was yelling? He was calling me fat and overweight too.
Yeah,
and I could see him, and I was like, "This is what my future gets to be."
This guy had no.
I guess, but maybe that's it. Maybe you got to be fat, Brian. Maybe it's not fat enough to be a good gym teacher.
Okay, if the art drama cafeteria, Lydia could come into the principal's office. Okay. Oh, who are we today, Lydia?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just a little nervous to talk to you. I just yeah, you know. So yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good.
I am too. Yes, I
Paramecium
have.
sushi.
I'm
Paramecium
sorry.
sushi. They're like the smallest. They're so small. I don't know. How do you have paramecium sushi?
Because that they have little fingers. They don't have full grown hands. Little fingers,
You
little
barely can
things.
see them. They're so small. And then
Yeah.
guppy soup. What is that? What's guppy soup? I know you want to go down to the
Well,
creek and get free stuff. That's why you're starting to get stuff
uh,
free. Parameciums, guppy soup.
yeah. Those are actually tadpoles.
Okay. Well, they're not
Guppies.
right, but you get them before they become tadpoles. You're
Oh.
getting when they're guppies, like really small before they turn into frogs.
Well, okay. I see your point there. Sure. I'll get cows. I'll stick to cows.
Cow soup?
Oh, no. I will kill the cow and
Well,
cook it.
no, I don't. What do we kill the cow? How do we go from parameciums to cows?
I
Okay.
just thought that you would want me to switch up the protein, but
Yeah,
garbanzo beans and garbanzo jerky. That's what I'd like to have ready for the first day because I just
yeah.
have a little.
Nick came to me and said you're not going to be here the first day. You're going for an audition.
Yes.
Okay. That's your first day, and now we don't
Oh.
have any food, and I mean, salamander stew, and then you want to do
Okay.
stuff with bugs this year because of Bill Gates. So, cockroach
Okay. I don't have
medley,
to do
cricket
the.
medleys.
Uh, well, if they're crunchy, like edamame sometimes. No. Okay. Okay. So I won't do the audition. But I do have another small little request, and that is that I have started in gig work
Gig. Okay.
and gig work. I'll be doing that a lot in the evenings, at night or late night. I mean, in the evenings.
When you say
And
gig work, can you define that kind of gig for me?
oh, just it's acting. It's a role too. It's a it's more of a immersion piece. It's more of method, than
Mhm.
other things. But
So you're
it's
going to be acting as an escort character or a lady of the night character? Is that what we're talking about?
well, yes, but don't worry. I do not have sex with them. I actually I'm a dominatrix.
Oh,
A character. The character is a
I see.
dominatrix.
I see. Yeah, that's why when I went into your office the other day and I looked in the closet, I saw some whips and chains and
Yeah.
shackles. What I mean, maybe those shouldn't be at the school. I know you're saying that's some sort of like a drama, like you
Yeah,
thought that you're going back
totally.
to torture stuff of old medieval practices and their drama and their art, and you want to kind of show people whips and chains
Yes.
and
Yes. I feel like the more people get a little taste of whips and chains, the better off we might all be.
okay. I saw the picture you wanted to dress up as the dominatrix. That probably is not a good idea for the sixth, seventh, and eighth grade boys who are reaching puberty.
I feel like that is exactly the right time. I mean, I want to get their attention. I want to capture their passion. I want to incite their passion.
Okay. You know who might be fun to practice this with in your spare times is James. He's a really fiery individual as well, and maybe you and him can get together outside and practice this dominatrix. I think he'd really enjoy that because
Yeah.
He needs someone to release him. He is a
Yeah.
frustrated, really needy soldier of sex.
Yeah.
Okay? So I know you won't have sex, but just, maybe that.
Yeah. No.
Because-
Yes. Never. No. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's
Okay.
sex work. If that's what you
Right.
choose, that's okay.
And what's the deal with these reptile smoothies? What is that all about?
The smoothies. Uh, well, okay. So the drama teacher started foraging for mushrooms.
That's you.
Oh.
You're talking third person about yourself.
Oh no. The drama teacher. I started foraging for mushrooms, and then I accidentally might have not known exactly what I was doing, and
Yeah.
then maybe something wrong happened, and I think
Yeah.
that could
We're
be the
investigating
reason for
that.
the smoothies, and it could also be the reason for some of the other issues that you brought up. And so, no
Okay.
more foraging,
Okay.
no
All
more.
right. Okay. And do me a favor, do not ride the donkey to work. The donkeys are for the petting zoo for the beginning of the year, and you took the donkey out of there and rode him home and then rode him
Is
back
this
into
because
school.
I'm a woman?
No, it's because the donkey doesn't want you to be on his back. It's for young kids who are less than 100 pounds. The only people going on there are going to be the very small sixth graders.
Okay, well, but I have to say, it is much better for the environment.
Okay, I don't know
Can
what
I
that
ride
means.
a cow?
I
Can I
don't-
ride a
I don't-
cow?
We're not going to order a cow so you can have fresh milk, okay? We can't do that. But
No,
thank
I
you.
want to ride a cow. Can I ride one?
You can do that on your own time. Okay? All right. Oh, I just got a beep. That means I've got to go. Thank you, Lydia. We'll see you at the closing meeting. The PTA president and the dean need to meet in the dean's office, please.
Okay.
Nick, hey,
So we
do
got
you
to
remember?
address this.
Okay.
What is it?
Do you
Why-
remember? Oh, sorry. What?
No. Go on. I've been wanting to hear what you actually have to say to me for a while.
Do you remember in middle school when you would write your crush's name on your arm or your hand, and
What?
you just hoped that they would notice? And then all of a
What are you
sudden,
doing?
you're 27 years old, sitting across from that crush. But the beautiful thing is, you're not kids anymore. You're full-grown adults.
Okay. What? You've been emailing me 35 times a week because you have a crush on me?
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh my god, why did you put in the subject line that it was about your son? Why'd you send me weird video links or just links? Zoe, you could have just said that. Oh my god, I'm so lonely.
You
I'm
can't just.
so lonely, Zoe. Oh my
Okay.
god.
I'm sorry. You can't just come out and say that you like someone, especially I just got to be president. I worked so hard. I was VP forever, and I finally got president. I didn't want to blow it, but I kind of really just wanted to be with you, and I didn't want to just come out and say it. And I just, the whole being PTA for this middle school takes me back, and it's kind of nice.
I was so anxious for not replying to all of these emails, all of these work emails in my work email inbox from the PTA president or the new PTA president. I thought it was important. Not to say this isn't important, but oh my God, you gave me so many sleepless nights just worrying about this. I could have replied to any of the emails, but I thought you were a hacker. I thought you were trying to get into the system. God, my heart.
I mean, I'm kind of like really good at that. Like, I wanted to get into your. I know you're on the apps. and I saw you, and I didn't want to like you because I thought that would be even weirder than just coming out and saying that I liked you.
No, this is weirder.
So then I wanted to create a link that you would click on that would give me access to your dating app so that I would make you less attractive to females. I would make sure everyone knew that you have a male cat. That was my main goal.
You know, this might just have been a series of red flags that you brought up to me, but I can't help but find the unnerving obsession with me a little bit attractive. It's
Well,
you know, it's intimidating in the way that like James's passion comes through,
oh,
and I've always admired people who could be that passionate, and you know, I think maybe outside of my office we could go on a date. It might be a bad idea.
I would love that.
Oh God.
That sounds amazing. I can bring my cat. They can talk. Maybe they can go on their little separate date.
Of course you know I have cats. Why would I assume you don't know something?
Well, but
Have you spied on me?
no, you just give off like the vibe that you have a cat and I have one.
Be
And
honest, have you spied on me?
binoculars pick up things from far away, and I just can't help that if I'm looking at a bird at night, that the binoculars just kind of move towards your bedroom window. I love your wallpaper, by the way.
Okay, if everybody could come into the principal's office, we're going to conclude today. I really appreciate y'all coming in today. We are going to have to stay a little bit longer though, because the local police force is right around the school right now. That I called them to come in. They're going to investigate the Finkley fall, and also there's been some complaints about the mushroom, some magic mushroom that was put into one of the soups or dishes in the school, and so that's child endangerment. We're also going to look into child endangerment of Brian with the 200-pound weight with a 5'4" kid. All these cases are coming up, and so they wanted to come down and investigate. They're going to be looking at Andrew and his medical practices. I would probably not have booze when they come, Andrew. You might want to try and hide that before they get here. So there's just a lot of stuff that's going on. So Brian and James and Lydia will all be asked to be looked at with Andrew. So the four of you, Nick.
Could I, just hypothetically, would, if you didn't know that a mushroom was one of those, would that be the same? Like, is that criminal?
Well, you just talk to the feds. Just tell them the truth, what happened, and you know which one of the three personalities went out and picked the mushrooms. Okay. By the way, there's nothing, Nick. You can stay over and we can talk about some of this. For that, Zoe, we were able to, you know, your kid. Somebody said your kid reported you have pictures of Nick all over your bedroom, kind of like you know, when you were 16 and all these pictures. So I think we're going to be, you know, maybe taking a look at that. We might not be PTA president because apparently you've been stalking Nick. We have all this stuff. We did get into some of the links. We saw what was in some of the links. I had one of my computer people go in and look at some of that stuff. They also looked at some of your Facebook page. They said that you were dating Nick on there. You did some AI stuff like that, so that could get Nick in trouble. So I'll have Nick stay over, and Zoe, you might need to stay over, and we're going to have to deal with this, okay? Otherwise, the meeting is concluded. This has been our middle school long-form debut. Thanks for watching, everybody. All right, that's our show, guys. Let's introduce the cast here, starting with Brian.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to use a spot, and I'll see you at Fight Club.
Nick. Andrew.
Hey guys, remember your band-aids. They're important.
Lydia, her first show.
So fun. Thanks for having me. And I just want to tell you that just for legal purposes, I need to say to you that I am not aware of any mushrooms like that. I don't even know what I was talking about. So no need to call anybody.
And James.
Just want to let everyone know I volunteer my services for PTA president, and Lydia, see me after class.
And Zoe.
We're just really excited to meet Nick's cat and go on a little double date.
Okay, well, wave goodbye, everybody. You guys stay with me. We'll talk afterward. And thanks. We'll be back in 4 weeks with a brand new show. I don't know what it's going to be, but it'll be another long-form game. We've done over 30 different long-form games. Check out these guys Tuesday, LAC Comedy on YouTube. Or Sunday. Sunday, not Tuesday. Sunday. We have a Tuesday long-form team, too.